utterly, to be able.
And Johnny D, we were talking about being young. John walked in, 26 million guaranteed. As Gloria was just telling him, he's almost broke.
Stupid.
How's that happen?
That's sad.
That's so sad. At 26 years old. 26 and
well, Jamarcus Russell, same thing, isn't it?
I believe so. I believe so. And see,
I've do not just save $1 million and blow the rest.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Really?
I'm bowling $1 million and didn't even have it.
Yeah, there you go. That's more like
Still working on bowling.
That's more like it right there, bud.
I'm more realistic. John's just a common man.
Yeah, there you go, bud.
The average, common, overweight, young guy at 59.
There you go. That's right.
Johnny Lee, you're doing the same message week after week, but you did finish.
That's right. That's right. It's a continuation of the same message.
It's got to be a difficult thing for a pastor to do when you're trying to raise money for a new church. How hard of a job is that?
Well, it's really not hard. It's just I'm just teaching God's word and God's truth, and it's just part of it. And not everybody always wants to hear messages that are about giving, but that's really not my problem. That's the people's problem, because it's God's word, it's God's truth, and no one who really loves God should ever mind hearing about giving back to God's word.
No one hesitates to tell you they need more space.
Exactly right. Exactly.
You're saying it's a sin not to tithe 10% of your income.
Well, I'm not saying it is. I don't say it. I don't say.
I wrote it down. You said it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't say I don't say that. I say that. But God's word indicates, especially, and I know people, it's Malachi, of course. It says, "When have you sinned against me?" And God says, "You've robbed me in your tithes and offerings." And that's where it comes from in the Old Testament. And then some people say, "Well, that doesn't apply in the New Testament." Well, all I want to say to people, at least if you're under grace in the New Testament, under law in the Old Testament, you certainly want to at least give to the Lord in the New Testament as much as they did in the Old Testament. And in the New Testament, the early church, they gave everything they had. So giving 10% is
now,
not
when you first got married, you and Nancy, you had a great automobile.
Yeah, Ford Pinto.
Ford Pinto, no air.
Yeah, that's right.
Of course, I can't picture you in a Ford Pinto.
Yeah, he's right.
He was much younger.
There you go. That's right.
$300-400 a month.
$450 a month. That's right.
That's more than Jamie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
100 more than I was making.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to church back then on a regular basis like I do now. But you said that Nancy said, "Oh no."
You didn't want to tithe, but she corrected you.
Yes, that was. I tell you what, Nancy was great for me when we first. Well, still now after 37 years, but when we first got married.
Thanks for throwing that in. John.
Yeah, I understand. And Nancy and I, when we first got married, between us, we made $450 a month, and we had just gotten back from our honeymoon where we spent $160 on our honeymoon, and she said, "Well, we're going to tithe, aren't we?" And I said, "No, we're not going to tithe." I said, "We don't have enough money to tithe. We only make $450 a month." I said, "That's $45." And I said, "Surely God doesn't expect that." And she said, "Yeah, and you know what? We won't tithe now, and then once we graduate from college, we'll need to save money for a down payment on a house, so we can't afford to tithe now, and then we'll have babies, and oh my goodness, we got to raise money for braces. Oh, we got to raise money for college. Oh, now that we've got them in college, we got to start saving money for retirement. Oh, now that we're old people, we're retired, we're on a fixed income, we certainly can't afford to now." And she said, "Our whole life will end up just going our lives and never tithing before the Lord." And she said, "That is a
but look at the money you would save."
Well, there you go.
But have you ever realized
right.
that you think you don't have it, but you pay it, and things always work out?
That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty.
It always works.
You know, but there used to be years ago, you're too young to remember, but there used to be a Fram oil filter commercial that came on that said, "Pay me now or pay me later." And you know, the deal is that I'd rather have the blessings of God on the 90% that I have after giving to Him, which is already His, than the curse of God on the 100%. A lot of people wonder, why in the world I'm so broke? Why in the world I can't commit? It's because, one of the reasons is because you don't realize that everything you have comes from God. And if you'll give back to Him at least that first 10%, God blesses the rest so much more than if you try to keep keep the 100 and manage it. God has a way of blessing, and God has a way of cursing your finances.
If someone's never tried it, why not try it?
Exactly right.
I
And
just confess and complain right now, John. I wrote that down.
Yes, sir.
I would give more, but I can't even get $20 worth of quarters from the bank across the street.
Yeah, if you get more quarters, you give more. That's right.
I can't even get $20 worth of quarters.
Yeah.
That's a true statement.
That's right. That ching, 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 I know is from you there, Jamie.
I can't even get them.
That's
All right, John,
right. That's good, buddy.
Today. Scholar finds evidence Jesus having a wife. A Harvard University professor unveiled a fourth quarter fragment Tuesday saying she is only existing ancient text, quoting Jesus explicitly referring to having a wife. Karen King, an expert in the history of Christianity, John, said the text contains a dialogue in which Jesus refers to, quote, my wife, whom he identifies as Mary. The script is a copy of a gospel probably written in Greek in the 2nd century.
News to you?
I was going to say, news to me. All the seminary I ever went to, all the scholars I've ever written. I mean, I've written, but I've ever read. I've never heard that before. Never heard it. And so, you know, he may have. But like I was telling Gloria, I saw that Passion of the Christ movie, and the girl that played Mary Magdalene was really cute. So maybe maybe she was it. I don't know. I don't know. But there's no.
Time will tell if they find more evidence.
Yeah, you're right. I would trust the scholars who have the ancient manuscripts to be able to show that up pretty good.
The bad news, John. USA Today reports this morning this weekend will be a quarter of the football season already over.
Isn't that unbelievable? A quarter of football. That is.
Y'all wish it'd hurry up and be over.
Yeah, well, I was going to say the way ours is going, it is for sure. But I'm pulling for the upset on.
I am too.
Yeah,
I've already made the prediction yesterday, and I'll back it up again
Why
today.
Are you saying that?
I'm saying Bama will defeat LSU November 3rd by 10 to 14 points. I just feel it.
There you go.
Why
Feel it already.
Well, dang, nobody else can solve it. Let's go to that top 5, Brad. John just asked about that. If we've seen those new ratings, we've got them right here. Johnny Lee judged for you. Alabama 1, Alabama 2nd string 2, Auburn 3, and then Alabama 3rd string number 5.
There you go. That's about right there.
Not Auburn 3.
That's right. And then Oregon.
Yeah,
I'd say that's.
They play Arizona this week. If Rich Rod may beat them.
I do remember for just the hope. I remember one night back in 2000, and Florida rolled into town, and we were a deep.
That 30-something to 30-something.
We
at 1 point.
We kicked a field goal to win it at the end, and they were ranked number 1.
Yeah,
Florida was ranked number 1, and it was just a great night. I thought we were going to get killed, but we pulled out the win, and with a lesser team than Florida.
Well, the good news, Brad was just reminding me this morning. He went to the Auburn game over the weekend. He and his lovely bride made her first appearance. The first time he carried her to a high school game, she got run over on the sidelines.
Wow!
I'm surprised he could get her back down
You're
at all.
supposed to protect her.
There you go.
Well, he pushed her out in front.
Yeah, right.
This ain't working out.
That's right. Hey, baby, it's been good.
But the good thing is that Michigan plays Notre Dame that night, so there's 2 or 3 good games.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So Bama plays pay-per-view 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Costs you $35. Let me take a break. Come right back. Just a second. Y'all hang on. And back up here getting ready to head into football season this weekend. Y'all come down to Cross Point in case you don't know where it is. Back down across from Bob Jones High School. Currently, soon to be where, John?
The YMCA.
Back down across from the YMCA on the south end of Hughes Road.
That's right.
As soon as we all contribute, Annie up about 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody just
That's right. That's all you got to do. That's right.
John, before you leave, man, I got pizza. I got to say again, hello to my best few buddy Zeke up in Ardmore at the Pizza Inn. Don't forget Thursday night. That's me on the right, Zeke on the left.
There you go.
It was great. Don't forget, I got rabbit stew in here. Speaking of rabbit stew, John, you missed out on that, man.
Oh my goodness.
Over at Marty's Stew Shack Saturday. Perfect.
I had wabbit for the first time.
Wabbit. Have plenty of rabbit.
You silly wabbit.
Hey, coming up tomorrow, All
Made me
Sports.
taste it.
Jawjacker and the Lewis and Son Roof and Kitchen will be cooking up something good. And then Shut Up, I guess. If they ain't seen him at church lately, but I'm sure he'll be here tomorrow.
Check on Donnie.
Sports director, that's right. The man who walks tall among other men.
Zach.
Talking some Bama football. Right now, I want to go out with some video of the family and friends singing over it the other day. I had to wait on it. I had to eat 2 or 3 extra bowls. So let's go out with that music right now. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Have a great day.
And another holds the one that I love so. day. My mom told me, son,